Hey everybody, welcome to another video here. My name is Cooper Bibaud. We're taking a look at my indie game, Billy Saves the World. I'm the writer, director, and designer of this game. Last video we took a look at one of the levels in the game, and this week we're going to be taking a look at the hub area. So what you're looking at right now is the world map. Obviously you can use this to fast travel. These are 4 of the floating islands on this planet called Arlet. There is the Eastern Island, which is home to the Faithfuls. It's kind of a camp. That's where you're going to see a lot of your typical villagers, your supplies, that kind of thing. Lots of stuff to do here, a lot of side quests, lots of unique experiences. I'm not going to walk through each island, but I wanted to explore one island in particular. So we're going to go to the South Island, the Outlands, and I'm going to just give you a little bit of a tour of this area, because I've already shown you what a traditional level looks like and all the different branches and pathways through that. If you haven't seen that video, I highly encourage you to check it out. It's a great video. It really shows you how much freedom is really in the game, and that's just one level, and there's dozens. And so this time we're going to be taking a look at how open and free the hub world is. This is just where you can explore the game and just see what the game has to offer. And this is just one area. So this is the Southern Island. It's the open world. It's a 2D open world, and as you can see, obviously. And so I'm just going to go through. I'm going to go from the left to the right. Just going to show you what it looks like, and I'll explain a few things as I go. And I'm just going to go over here, jump on this glow bug here, and start right here. So we'll go from left to right. This isn't actually as far left as you can go, but this is a good starting point anyway. So as you can see, you'll run around, and there's some falling platforms there. There's a cave here, and if you have the cave navigator, which is an item you can get right here, it allows you to scan caves before you enter them, and so you can see if you've actually completed them or not, if you've been inside it. If you haven't, gives you the name of the cave, if you've completed it, the difficulty, the target time if you want to do that time trial, and how many explorer coins, kind of the game's collectible, are in that cave. Also a little summary. Oftentimes the summary is actually very helpful, so if you find yourself stuck on a particular level, get the cave navigator, read the summary, and this one's an easy cave, so there's not much information to tell you, but a lot of times there will be a very helpful tip, and sometimes a straight up answer in that summary there, and it'll help you figure out how to get to the end of the cave if you're stuck, because some of them require a bit of thinking sometimes. For the most part, they're usually for action-oriented platforming kind of thing. So this is an example of a cave. I'm not going to go through this level as we just went through a level on the last video, but this is an example of another start point here, and it's your job to reach the end point. There's always several routes and different ways and secrets in each level, and different routes to reach the end, and it's up to you to find out which one you want. So we're going to continue on this way here. If you didn't notice, it is darker now. We do have a full day-night cycle in the game. It's not 24-hour real time. It's my own little simulation of how long I think the days and nights are. And certain things will happen exclusively at certain times. And something to keep in mind is that when it's dark, it's dark. It's legit dark. So if you're in a cave and it's dark, it's pitch black. You'll need to find an item to help you see in the dark. Even in the overworld here, like some of the plants emit a tiny bit of light. The SP, this spear protons here that I'm collecting, they shoot out a little bit of light, so it's very dark, and that's intentional. If you're watching this and you're like, man, I can't see anything, it's entirely intentional. There are items that will help you see in the dark a bit better, and it's meant to be a little kind of realistic in that sense. So here we can keep going over here. Another glow bug. Here's a little source of light here, another cave. So something I want to point out is that one of the things I intentionally tried to do with the design of the game is that I'm trying to give the player a purposely small but dense open world. So each area is small but dense. There's always something to do. So we just defeated this glow bug. You get to hop over here, and already here's a cave to explore. You can read about it. You can choose to explore this cave, or you can choose to keep walking on by. There seems to be nothing over here. We can go up here, collect some SP. Now there's an enemy here. Why is it way up there? I don't know. You can continue on. Looks like there's something up there actually. Again, there's something else to do. Again, there's more platforms, another path. There's kind of a fork in the road. You can choose to go up here. Again, already there's another cave to explore. Up to you to explore it or not. So I'm trying to give people something to do every few steps. It's kind of a micro adventure. That's how I kind of viewed the game when I was making it. I thought, if you had this game on the go or you didn't have much time, I always wanted you to be able to load your game up and take a few steps and find something new, find something intriguing, something different. Here's another enemy already, and then you can go up here, and already there's an NPC, an alien you can choose to talk to if you want to, or you can go on by. So you're getting the point here, is that there's lots to do. Every few steps there's something new. Here's an obstacle we can't get by. I can use an ability that I have. You won't have this right away, to kind of classic Metroidvania style clear that obstacle. Now you have more of the map opened up to you. Now the important thing to note is, like everything else in the game, everything is optional. So this level, this cave, is totally optional. This ability to the abilities that I get, the cave navigator, almost every single ability is completely optional. And it's really used as a way to allow people to carve their own unique path through the game in a way that I don't think they're used to doing. I think a lot of times these games kind of force you to do everything. It's just in a different order, and I'm trying to give people the freedom to do things the way they want to. So let's go up here, and this is looking interesting. There's something, it looks like an egg up here. So let's go up here and see what this is about. I haven't really walked anybody through any puzzles or dialogue, so let's do that actually. Let's actually talk to somebody and see what happens here. So we can examine this egg. Now this action button in the lower right corner, it's kind of an adaptive thing. Think of it like, and a lot of people, only if you're older like me, you'll know adventure games at the bottom of the screen, like point and click adventure games, they used to have these contextual menus that said push, talk to, enter, that kind of thing. They'd be these permanent buttons at the bottom of the screen. This is my modern version of that, where it's more adaptive. It knows what you want to do. It's not in the way. And so when you're near something that you can examine, it lets you examine it. When you're near something that you can talk to, it allows you to talk to. So here, it's a large round egg. Cool. I wonder what it belongs to. Now we can talk to this guy. Welcome to one of Arlet's most magnificent sights. An egg? Not just any egg, it's a mysterious egg. Nobody knows how it got here or who it came from. Have you ever suspected it came from a giant chicken? No, that's far too simple of an explanation. What about a mysterious chicken? I never thought of that. Now you may be onto something. Anyway, please gawk at it and then move along so the next in line isn't waiting forever, please. But there's nobody else here except move it along, please. Give everyone a turn. All right, so short little interaction. Something to point out here is that I like to do my dialogue in a way that gives you the freedom to, it kind of teases you with some information. So it's like, okay, do you feel like going more in depth on this conversation? That wasn't that long of a conversation. You kind of got through it pretty quickly. If you're the type of player that's like, yeah, I kind of want to see what's up with this, you can continue the conversation. If you're not, if you're like, nah, I don't want to, I'm bored of talking, I want to just keep jumping around, it doesn't suck you in for a super long conversation. I tried to keep a lot of my dialogue like that, where it's like, okay, we're going to introduce a little thing, and now it's up to you to decide, do you want to keep going down that dialogue tree, or do you want to just get back to playing around? Another cool thing is that, and I should have showed you, but depending on the order, there's so many little details in this game. Like if you, let's go back to this other alien that we met over here, or that we walked past over here. Most players that are exploring this island are going to first meet this character here. And if you talk to this person first, and then go talk to that egg, do that egg interaction, it'll actually be different than if you went and did it the order I did it. So there's lots of adaptive dialogue, and it will change depending on the order you do things. And there's so many examples of that, and it's probably why the game is gonna. It took forever to make, because I tried my best. You know in games when you like, let's say you're exploring a dungeon and you get a gold key, and then later on you're in a village and you find some character and they're like, oh, please keep an eye out for my gold key. And you get a side quest, and then you just instantly talk to that character again, and you're like, oh, thank you so much, you found my gold key. In my game, I really wanted to avoid situations like that as much as possible. And so in my game, if you already have the gold key, your character will be like, oh, hey, do you mean this thing? I found this in a dungeon. Is this what you're looking for? So little touches like that. I know other games have done that in the past, but I really tried to go out of my way to go like pretty crazy with that in my game, so that it feels more realistic and more just more immersive. So it's like, okay, depending on the order that you do things, you're going to have sometimes an entirely different experience than someone else who's playing the game. And that's the same way with not only the dialogue, but the levels. You're going to have a completely different experience with the levels, some depending on which route you go or which order you do them or which abilities you have. As you make your way through the game, you're going to have all these moments that are seamless. You're not going to know. I don't make it obvious. I don't make it obvious that you're experiencing something brand new that no one else has. It's all blended in seamlessly so that your experience feels nice and cohesive, and you can talk to one of your friends who's playing the same game, and you'll be like, oh, I didn't even meet that character. I never even know that I beat the whole game, and I never even once met that character. But I did do that side quest that you did too. Yeah, I'm just really excited for people to uncover all of those little details. So now we're back here. This is actually where we started. These are red glow bugs. They're easy to defeat. And as you can see, we're picking up lots of little ingredients here, and you can use the ingredients to craft items if you want to. It's totally optional. You don't have to do it at all. But it is helpful to be like, okay, I need a health potion, so I can, if you know the recipe, if you know what to do, you can mix and match items. Of course, those ones don't work, but you can mix and match things to create other things, and you can use those to your benefit and save some cash, or even solve some puzzles. So, so this is a little look at one of the hub worlds. This is what exploration is going to look like in the game. You get a lot of different hub worlds. This is a moderate sized one. Most of them are again purposely kept somewhat small like this. Like I just showed you pretty much this entire island. That's kind of small, but it's very dense. There's tons of stuff. I didn't show you the whole thing, but pretty much. But there's tons. There's side quests. There's tons of levels here. There's tons of caves to explore. There's a lot going on here that obviously I'm not showing you, but the actual footprint to travel across it isn't going to take you 3 hours. It's meant to be like, hey, I'm going to boot this up and have a quick experience. I'm going to find, there's these platforms right here. I haven't gone up here, but that's a whole other thing as well. So before we end the video though, let's go take a look at the egg interaction. I kind of want to walk you through a little bit more of what a side quest looks like. We'll go more in depth on a future video, but I wanted to show you a little bit more how that works. So again, I can use my meditation ability to reveal hidden platforms that you can't see with the naked eye, and I can still shortcut to reach this person here. Now we can talk to her. Now you get your choice to say things here, and it's interesting, depending on what you do in the game, you actually have different options to say here. So there's actually more than you're looking at here. I'm going to just skip through this dialogue here and just give you the gist of it. She's a struggling artist looking for inspiration. She wants you to find her. If you look at your to-do list, so you met a painter who seems to want a large, round, blank canvas. I guess I can keep my eyes open for one. So throughout your journey, you might end up finding such a thing. Now, it's obvious to me, but of course it is. I made the game, but maybe it'll be obvious to you what that large round canvas could be. What could she paint on? Oh, I don't know. Maybe a large round egg would be a good idea. That's a place you could start at, you know. So I think there's a glitch here where Billy's eyes keep disappearing. I'll have to get that taken. Take a look at that. See how it disappears? I can't tell if he's blinking or if the eyes are. I'll have to go through it in editing. Anyway, so here, now if we examine this egg, the dialogue will be different. Hey, this egg would be different. This egg would be a perfect canvas for that painter. No touching. So now you've got a side quest activated. And a little update. I found the perfect canvas for the painter, an egg in South Arlet, except it's being watched by a security guard. If only I could figure out a way to take it or distract him. Now that's a key piece of information there. That's my hint to you that there's multiple ways to solve this quest. You can find a way to take it or distract him. Just like I tried to keep the design consistent with every type of gameplay experience, whether you're going through a level, there's multiple routes to take to reach the end, or whether you're trying to solve a puzzle, there's multiple solutions, both of which are totally optional, and you can lean the entire gameplay experience to what you prefer. So if you need to save up some cash, you can either go through a level, complete the level and get some SP, or you can solve this puzzle and get some SP that way. It's up to you, or you can skip both and just stick to the main quest. Don't you ever get tired? I don't know if people like me narrating my own dialogue or not, but So again, you've gotten more information. I can keep talking to this guy. I can keep talking to him, or I can. So now there's a side quest that's kind of branched off into two different things. So this is called the security guard. If you're a fan of Seinfeld, this will be a huge Easter egg for you. Not only does it help you solve one of the solutions for this puzzle, but there's a little joke in it for you too. This entire to-do entry here, it's an entire Seinfeld homage joke right there. So if you've seen that episode of Seinfeld, you'll know exactly how to one of the solutions to this puzzle here. So now it's up to you. You got to figure out, how am I going to distract this guy to take this egg, or take it? Like, how am I going to take this egg? Because he won't let you do it. So there's different ways to solve it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little glimpse at a side quest. Again, I'll go more in depth on a future video where we fully complete a side quest and show off the different ways to solve them. Yeah, if this looks like your cup of tea, please go to Steam, wishlist the game right now. Billy Saves the World. A lot of love went into it, a lot of detail, a lot of care, and I'm really excited for people to carve out their unique path and explore the game the way they want to, whether they want to make it lean more into platforming and action or puzzle solving and exploration. Totally up to you. I can't wait for you to play it. I will be back in another 2 weeks with another video. Until then, goodbye. Thanks again for watching. My name is Cooper Bibaud. I'm an actor, writer, and producer of film, television, and video games. You can wishlist my upcoming indie game on Steam right now. It's called Billy Saves the World. Link in the description. I've got a movie coming out this summer and all sorts of stuff. If you'd like to follow along with these projects, visit my blog at patreon.com/CooperBibaud and become a member of my Discord. Thanks.